sure this mic sounds loud enough. What's going on? What did I do this time? Am I streaming or not? Am I streaming or not? Alright. So everybody talks about, like, it's this great tragedy. The fact that nobody trusts authority anymore. They'll be like, because of what? The big problem with all of this COVID hysteria is that now it's made regular people not trust scientists, doctors, and authority figures. And they talk about it like it's this great tragedy because now, because everyone's lied to them, now they don't believe us. And believing us is good for them. They're gonna get in a lot of trouble for not believing in us. They're gonna get hurt. And, you know, if they don't believe in vaccines anymore, they're gonna get, you know, smallpox and all this stuff. But it's like, whose fault is that? You're like, if they don't believe us because we lied, since we lied to them, they don't believe us anymore. Yeah, that's how that works. So, yeah, we won't trust your authority. We won't trust what the news says. We won't trust the official story on anything. We won't trust what you tell us when it comes to medicine or anything like that. We just know that you're liars. And so, yeah, we don't trust you when it comes to what you say about the history of the world or what you say about evolution or where man comes from or everything that you say. Like, yeah, it's all up for debate. And that's fine. That's fine. And I go onto YouTube or Google now and I'm trying to research something and there is no answers anymore. There used to be like a clear thing. You'd like Google something and it'd be like, this is the response. Nowadays, one page will say one thing, the next page will say another thing, next thing will lead you to a Reddit comment that'll do a bunch of other stuff. It's either that or it's something they really cared about and you just get curated results. Like if you if you search the wrong person, it's like this person's bad and that's the only results you get. But my point is simply this. Yes, you have thrown us into a world where we no longer trust authority. Now, I was there for a long time, but everybody's caught up now. We're all there. My hair is getting wispy in the front. I feel it. And yes, I'm dusty. I'm dusty and old, alright? Just like, it's not about how I look. I could turn my camera off. The point is simply when they talk about it, they talk about it like it's this great tragedy. Now they won't trust us on the things we're right about is what they're basically saying. And it's like, why should we believe that you're right? Everyone's proven to themselves, all authority in this country has proven that it's compromised and that it says whatever it needs to say to do what it wants to do, and it has nothing to do with us. We're poisoned from our food. Most of us are just like guzzling soybean and canola oil and we don't even realize it. Half of what we're eating is just canola oil. we're being poisoned constantly. We're being led into wars constantly. We're being taxed in and out in every which way. It's not like a yearly tax. No, it's taxed when you get paid. It's taxed when you buy something. No matter what the money's doing, they're getting a cut. If it's coming to you, they're getting a cut from you and from the person giving it to you. And if you spend it, they're getting a cut from... It's just like... it's like an exponential decrease in value. So like everything that's going on, we know that it has nothing to do with our well-being. We know we're not cared for. If we were cared for, we would feel cared for. Nobody gives a crap about us. The government doesn't care about us. The doctors are all, you know, just being pushed through school, and there's no standards for graduation or anything like that anymore, so dum-dums can become doctors now, and their education probably consists mostly of pharmaceutical companies coming and lobbying at them and giving them a kickback for prescribing medications. It's all nothing, and we see it's all nothing. We see that everything that we thought existed isn't that. The medicine isn't medicine. The food isn't food. The money isn't money. It's not backed by anything. It's all fake. So they're like, the idea that people are like, you get like people like Destiny, and they're like, the real problem with the vaccine thing is that now people don't trust good science. Oh gosh, what a tragedy. How do we make it this long without trusting good science? How are we supposed to know the difference between good science and bad science if we know that the people who teach us lie to us? If we know that the books that are sold in the schools are run by a company, a singular company that has an ideology? If we know that the only research that gets published is research that gets funded, and the only research that gets funded is research that's profitable to the people funding it. Nothing has anything to do with us. So, yeah, welcome to reality. Welcome to reality. You don't know everything. Welcome to reality. You don't have all the answers. Welcome to reality. We're not playing bumper bowling. It was a lie. It was the structures that surrounded you that said this is what it is and life is like this, and yeah, it was all a lie. It was all a facade, and you have no idea what's going on. And it feels like it's a bad thing for people like Destiny, whose life is falling apart. And even if he gets famous, it doesn't mean anything, because his life is ruled by dissatisfaction and misery. But whose isn't, right? The point is, these structures come and go. like a fear of death, like you don't want to die, and so you want to trust the doctor, but there's no reason to trust the doctor, you know? You want to trust the science, but there's no reason to trust the science. But you think because we got cars and phones, and now we just trust it? These are entirely different things. You're gonna die. And instead of trying to figure out ways to live longer, try and figure out how to die well. All of this stuff has just been keeping you from the understanding your own death and coming to terms with the fact that it is on its way. You are going to die, and sooner than you think. All these structures, all this false abundance. They're like, we have all this food, but none of it's real food, you know? We have all this medicine, but the medicine makes you sicker. We have all this money, but the money disappears in your hands. It's a false empire. But all of it is meant to give you the illusion that life is under control and to distract you and keep you from thinking about the deeper meanings of it. Your false abundance has kept you from thinking about God. And now you're too sick and stupid to think. The fluoride got your brain dumb. The food got you sick. It's all poisoned. But it's okay. It's all poison, but it's okay. Because this is... all of it is ephemeral. All of it is auxiliary. Auxiliary? You don't need it. What you need is your soul, and you still have your soul. And all can be forgiven. And that's what really matters. You know, you go through this life and you just get wind-worn and battle-torn and reduced to just a hunk of meat and some bones. But you still have a soul. And the whole point of this dying vehicle is to get you to come to terms with the nature of man and why we need God and why we need a savior. Otherwise, your life was wasted. I don't care how much money you made, how much you traveled, how many kids you had, whatever it is, it was all meaningless. It was literally meaningless, because that's that. So don't be upset that the world is cursed. I mean, be upset that the world is cursed, but don't be upset as if it's something unique, as if it's something that can be fixed. That was my problem in my life, and most people, especially in their 20s, they get convinced that they can fix the world. And they get filled with rage. What do I do? What do I do about the factory farms where they just slaughter these pigs and these chickens and these cows like they're nothing, and sickening? They don't treat them with any dignity. What do I do about the poisoned food? What do I do about the endless wars for Israel that have nothing to do with me, but all of my brothers and sisters are dying for? What do I do about the fact that we're all sick and and healthcare is awful and expensive and just a sham? And you start getting all full of rage and full of this sense of injustice and feeling like you like it's on your shoulders, and there's a million people that will tell you it is. Well, what you the thing to do is you have to understand that this is what life is. This is what life in a cursed world is. The curse is to get you to come to an understanding of your place in reality. You're not God. And you need to humble yourself. You need to realize you can't change things. And you need to worship God and humble yourself before him so that you can have your proper place in the world with the curse lifted. It's like, yeah, so don't get upset. Don't take all the bad. Take all of the bad. That's what Jesus taught us. Take all of it. And instead of lashing out, instead of filling with rage and injustice, a sense of injustice, and wanting to fix everything, or wanting to punish people, and wanting revenge, and and just tearing yourself apart, accept it. Accept it. And let it turn your gaze to eternity. Let it turn your gaze to the kingdom of God. So yes, we're being poisoned, and we're being lied to, and we're being tricked, and we're being robbed, and we're being killed. This is true. But God sees all of this. And those who spitefully use us will have to answer to God. Our job is to pray for those who spitefully use us. So yeah, you don't have to trust it. I think it's a great thing that all of the structures of our modern world have proven themselves to be gigantic lies. Go to the ancient structure. Go to the ancient church. And focus on what actually matters. Focus on eternity. What's going on?
No, it was just the sound of my thing. It sounded like
It needs water?
it sounded like a cat dying. I was like, what the hell?
Should I stop streaming?
Oh no, it's dogs.
Sounds like cats. It was dogs. They're howling.
Yeah, I'm gonna howl. There's just different things combined. It's up to you. I was gonna vacuum. Are you streaming? I was gonna vacuum, but I can wait till after you're done streaming.
I'll stop.